Tracy, Bob Ransom.
"50 years ago, on the first day that I walked into a real courtroom as a real lawyer, I was really scared. I perceived court as a place where daily drama and terrible tension would be prevalent. Over the years, this would turn out to be true, but it was also on that first day that I was introduced to another aspect of court. A place where unexpected, strange, and even humorous moments would be almost as commonplace as the drama. Looking back on it, I've come to believe that some of those moments might even be classified as just a little bit crazy. My job on that first day as a young public defender was to argue for bail or reduction of bail for each new prisoner who had been arrested the day before. I have never forgotten, nor will I ever forget, the second prisoner brought to stand by my side at the podium. His name was Billy Birch, a name that would soon become strangely and somewhat prophetic. When I went to the jail early that morning to interview every prisoner arrested trying to get information for bail, Billy was the only person who refused to tell me where he lived. When the sheriff brought him up to my side by the podium, the judge asked him, "Mr. Birch, where do you live?" Mr. Birch replied, "In a tree." The judge, a veteran of the courts, did not bat an eye. He said, "Mr. Birch, what tree is it?" Billy replied, "Third tree from the corner, Your Honor." As Billy was being escorted back to jail to spend the next 24 hours thinking about where he lived, I said to myself, court could be interesting. That would turn out to be an understatement. Many of the strange moments that I experienced in court, I have placed in a category called oops. One such oops involved the case of Lydia Chavez. Lydia was one tough lady. She got mad at her boyfriend one night, and so she stabbed him to death, plunging a big knife into his little body 119 times. She was really mad. On the first day of the trial, before the jury was brought in, the sheriff brought Lydia into the courtroom. I was horrified. She was wearing her jail uniform, striped jail outfit. I threw a little fit. "Your Honor, you cannot allow this to happen. For her to sit in front of this jury in her jail clothes is highly prejudicial. The jury will think she's guilty before they've heard any evidence." The judge agreed. Lydia was taken back to the jail to change. When she was brought back in to sit right in front of the jury, I went from horrified to mortified. She was wearing a sleeveless dress, bearing for all to see a big tattoo on her upper left arm. A tattoo of a big knife. On the handle of the knife were inscribed the words, "Born to kill." Oops. The judge was not amused when I requested that she be allowed to change back into her jail uniform. Denied. Regarding humor in the court, it is an unfortunate fact that the biggest laughs I ever experienced in court came at my expense. One such incident occurred during the jury selection process in a death penalty trial. The entire courtroom was nervous. The tension was palpable. I could not believe what happened next. My method of jury selection was to try and make the jurors comfortable enough to reveal themselves, to be totally honest. As I finished questioning the first prospective juror, my last question to the juror was, "Sir, is there anything else that you think I should know?" The juror replied, "Well, yes." "Ah, thank you, sir. And what would that be?" He said, "Your zipper is down." That moment has been a mainstay on the replay button in my mind. I have really come to two conclusions about that. One, it's funny now. And two, it served a purpose at the time. For the tension was broken, making the road to justice just a little easier to travel. Regarding that humor, I have one last thought I want to share with you. If anyone in this room is ever in need of a laugh, I suggest you find the nearest mirror. Somewhere in the archives of that fool looking back at you is a laugh or two. And it may be true, and you may agree with me, that it doesn't have to be court in order to be crazy. Thank you.